Hi, salam and greetings to all the readers of London Bangla. I have come to give my views on the race for a mayor in Tower Hamlets. I was opposed to the yes vote for a mayor. That is because I think that's more about a celebrity and not about services to the local community. I opposed the yes vote for a mayor because I believe that the existing system that we had with grassroots, locally elected councillors, that was good. They were accountable to the local community, and of course, if you do not really like them, you can sack them. But the mayor, you cannot sack for at least 4 years. I believe in collective responsibility and collective decision making, and that is why I believe that the existing system where you had the councillors and the cabinet with the leader taking joint decisions for the local community was a good one. And of course, I think the mayoral system will add to costs that will have to be paid by the ratepayers, and that is money that could have been spent on better services, frontline services for the local community. The next question is, why is it that there is so much concern about the selection of a candidate by the Labour Party? Well, in my opinion, they have not shown any respect for local democracy. They have not allowed the local party to have a say in how the process is devised. In fact, the selection process has been taken away from the local party, and that is an affront to local democracy. The list of candidates that were selected were very limited. In fact, only 3 people were selected. And I think for an important job like this, you need to have at least 5 candidates as a minimum, which is what happened with the national leadership contest of the party. I also believe that the party was playing a divide and rule game in that they had shortlisted 1 white candidate and another 2 Bengali candidates. And I think what they were hoping for is that the Bengali vote will be divided and the lone white candidate will come through. That is not fair for the local community. This is what they did back in 1997 when the selection of a parliamentary candidate for the Labour Party took place in Tower Hamlets for the Bethnal Green and Bow constituency. They devised a shortlist, reduced the membership of the Bengali community, and eventually we ended up with a non-Bengali candidate. Although it was our desire and demand for a long time that Peter Shore be replaced by a local Bengali candidate. That did not happen. Why Bengali representation? Well, people talk about selecting people on the basis of ability. I don't have a problem with that. But we know for a fact that people who have been selected from the ethnic minority communities to represent different constituencies, or people who have been given important positions, they happen to be in places where there is a concentration of black, ethnic minority and Asian communities. So Tower Hamlets is no different. In my opinion, the best Bengali candidate will not be able to become selected in constituencies where you have the leader of the Conservative Party or the leader of the Liberal Democrats or even the leader of the Labour Party. And that is why it's important that the party takes positive action in relation to Bengali representation. Of course, I am not opposed to supporting non-Bengali people for important positions if they're able and if that is on the basis of ideology, principles, and of course, a benefit of the local community. But those people have got to be anti-racist, and they are people who must be willing to promote community cohesion. Otherwise, I cannot support them. I have been involved with the Labour Party for a long time. In fact, I used to be a member of the party from 1978 to 2004. So I have had the opportunity to observe the happenings, if you like, within the Labour Party for a long time. And one of the people I have had the opportunity to observe from a very close range was John Biggs, the present member of the East London GLA, or sort of the other way to put it is that he's a member of the Greater London Authority for the East London seat. In my opinion, he is not committed to anti-racism or community cohesion. I think he is a person who believes in dividing to rule. He is only interested in his own political ambition. For all the time that I have known him, I'm afraid he has only been interested in promoting John Biggs. He wanted to be the MP, he became the GLA member, and of course he now wants to be the mayor. He has been acting against the interests of the local community for a long time, and he has been colluding with the party officers who are responsible for a lot of misdeeds in Tower Hamlets. He has effectively been acting as their agent locally and has caused a lot of damage. For example, he is on record saying that every time we talk about the Bengali community, we lose 400 votes. That is his political position. That's why I cannot support him. Although I understand that recently he is already visiting mosques. What a hypocrite. That's not acceptable behavior from a politician who wants to represent the people of Tower Hamlets. He did not support the creation of the Bengali Martyrs Monument or the Bangla town itself. In fact, he and many of his colleagues campaigned against the project and even lobbied national leadership of the party not to attend the opening ceremony. That's shameful. He was instrumental in reducing the funding that was given by the council to the Bengali voluntary and community organizations. He was doing that because he was not happy with the voting strength and political activism of the Bengali activists, many of whom belong to the Labour Party. So he wanted to reduce their strength and power, and that is why he diverted funding from the Bengali community organizations to so-called non-political charitable organizations. He was also influential and instrumental in creating boundary changes back in the mid-1990s, which meant that wards which had a Bengali high population were excluded from the Bethnal Green and Bow constituency, so that the Bengali voting strength would be limited. It is for all these reasons I oppose John Biggs. I respect him as a human being, but I do not support him as a politician who is committed to supporting the cause of the disenfranchised, the Bengali community, and those most deprived in the community. What kind of a mayor do we want? I want a capable, dynamic, and a charismatic leader who is committed to the local community. Better still if they grew up in the East End of London and they understand the needs and aspirations of the people here. I want a mayor who will work for all sections of the community, most importantly, the disadvantaged and excluded sections of the community. I want to see a mayor in Tower Hamlets who will campaign for those most in need. I want a mayor in Tower Hamlets who will give priority to creating housing opportunities for our young people, because we have a very high percentage of young people in Tower Hamlets. And unless we create proper opportunities for them, they are going to be diverted to antisocial activities. We have a responsibility, and the mayor will have a responsibility to do that. And the third priority, the most important priority in my opinion, given the present economic climate, is that there is a need to create proper training and job opportunities. There are thousands of people out of work, including a lot of graduates who are looking for employment. And why is it that I am told there may be job opportunities available in the service and financial sectors, yet we have a lot of our young people, educated young people who are unemployed?